What's happening? I found a new spot in another woods to sort of just chill, yap, and explore today. Today, I wanted to go into a topic that has been sort of forgotten, and one that I sort of I'm trying to bring back, one that I want to bring back, something that I want people to sort of open up to more, and it's free socialising. The happiest that I've been probably in the last 5 years after we made the COVID video the other day, happiest I've been is probably that first year at university, 2021, 2022. It was so chill, so relaxing. I just met everyone in that flat for the first time, and as much as we could go to the pub, have a drink, the best parts about socialising with each other that year was that because we were in a house share, we were around each other all the time so often that we just naturally built up this like brilliant friendship between all of us, where like we could do absolutely nothing. We could cook together, we could do the boring things like shopping, we could just do nothing on the sofa, and it was class, and it was brilliant, and it was just so enjoyable, and we just sort of existed in each other's company, and it was just so natural and just like enjoyable to want like in and around each other every day, and it's something that I'm missing a bit. We lived in a new town. We'd never met each other, like I said, and we'd all moved to Bournemouth. We all got put in this house share, and I said the other day that a lot of these flats, from what I did hear from the grapevine, is that a lot of them didn't get on with one another. But my flat, when we all sort of were there, it was clear that we all wanted the same thing: become mates, deal. What it was as well, we were mature enough to know that we had to get on with one another. Whether we were going to be friends or not, that was a different story, but we ended up being. We were mature enough to just be mates, get on with one another, have a good time. And whilst the other flats were just sort of like, oh, we don't talk to that person anymore, this person doesn't talk to us, make an effort. We all made an effort, and from that, like literally like 8 months we were living together, brilliant. Like, I've got no complaints really. Yeah, they would probably complain to me that sometimes I didn't wash up, and I probably would also have complaints that they did certain things I didn't like. We just get on with it. We got done, and then like I was probably there for the most days combined, so if something like, if a deep clean needed to be done, like I was there to just do it and give a helping hand, because it was a team effort. And I think that camaraderie between all of us, it really helped us to just sort of form that greater bond of just pals in a flat. We really got on, and we were there for one another when we needed to be. There was also a sense of where we weren't trying to impress one another. We weren't trying to like show off or anything like that. We just sort of embraced every opportunity with one another to experience the new life that we'd sort of decided for ourselves, to go to the university, go to a new town, to work in the job that we might have been working in before, but in a new town. No gestures that we sort of did with one another needed to be grand. It was just sort of meaningful that we all shared them together. And there was this magic to free socialising with one another. And we didn't need, like I said, we didn't need to impress, we didn't need to entertain one another. But like, just living together, we just grew so naturally together, and we had each other's back, like I said. It was effortless, it was unstructured, and that kind of socialising to me, it feels quite rare now, because obviously I spend a lot more time on my own compared to a house share. I'm obviously at home with my family compared to 5 people my own age. My local and school friends are working, so I only see them sometimes every week on a Monday for football, but then apart from that, once a month at the pub maybe. My uni friends from my year, from when we were started, they're at home now, but I'm sort of they're in the same situation as me, where they might have a job, they might be working. If in Harry's case, you're still out in Asia working, it's like, that is the dream, but fortunately financially that's not a dream at the moment, because I haven't got any money. And then last year, my old house, they're still at uni grinding, and they're just sort of they're living the great free socialising, where they're always around each other. They can always have a good time, always have a laugh. Another thing with my story from my first year house, what they do at uni, they get you. They put a co-op outside all the accommodation buildings. Every night we go, Ben, do you want a sweet treat? Boom, I'm straight in co-op. Do you know what I mean? Every night we all go to co-op together. Like I said, we all go to Asda, to the food shop, like once a week, every 10 days, every 2 weeks. And just the boring shops were some of the best moments we shared together. And the thing is with this as well is, like, I've not seen these people in months. I've sort of just been on my own, but the only way to sort of approach this is that life moves on, and the best friendships are ones that sort of last these tests of time, distance, and then you sort of see the effort people are putting in, how present they are, and sort of how fond they are of the memories that you shared with them before. Like me, I always look back onto that year and go, like, I've said previously, like, I would do anything to go back to that year and just live it again, because it's one thing where, like, people say, like, you can't relive something again and it'll be as good. But I think if I did that again, first year uni, same people, same house, it'll be good again, because our personalities are just all matched, and it was just so, like, refreshing to sort of, like I said, I was looking for people like me, and I'm not saying these people were like me, but the way sort of all of our personalities intertwined, it just felt so just like natural, and sort of I'd not really connected with people like that before compared to my other friends from, like, home. So it was just like getting like a group of new friends. It was just like, it was refreshing and nice to me. When I get the chance at home though, I've tried to sort of organise people to come on these walks with me, and sometimes I just go on these walks on my own to get my yapping out and sort of just, like, spill the tea to the world of how I'm feeling. The thing is, we go on these walks, we can chill in the park, we can, whilst these little ones aren't free, it's a small cost, we could have a coffee, we could go to the gym. These are sort of like, what, monthly membership. You go to the gym one day and we can all share each other's passes. It's £1 really, one session, it's £1, not even that, 50p. Coffee, it's like, what, £3? It's not the end of the world to see your mates. And a lot of the time now, I think we're seeing that people are sort of waiting for the event, and currently I'm not even really thinking about that at all, because I can't afford any event. So for me, it is all about free socialising, going on that walk, maybe splashing out for me at the moment on a coffee, and then obviously just hitting gym, and if people are in there when I'm in there, sweet, train together, get the pump. But when you look back in hindsight, you realise that sort of just like watching the world pass around you, watching nature, watching the birds, as much as it sounds like cringe from what I've just said, but I'm just sitting in the woods. Like, what you see behind me, I've got more bushes in front of me. It's just like, why am I not always just exploring the world? What benefit is there to me sitting in my room doing nothing when I could just be exploring the woods, getting my steps in, keeping fit, and breathing the clean air, the fresh air, rather than just like the dust particles in my bedroom, watching YouTube, doom scrolling, and just doing stuff that's unhealthy, and where I'm not moving, because, like, my legs, like, my ankles are made of cheese. Like, every weekend I play football Monday, like, I'm building up my fitness constantly, my stamina, all that, but then my ankles are just like, if I get like one bit of contact to my ankle, I feel like they're gonna snap to pieces. But I've just got to keep being active on feet, keep my bones fresh and my muscles active and fit, and then, like, I'll just enjoy the outside more than where, like, I'll just be stuck in my room doing nothing. We can also look at the perspective of, why is free socialising disappearing? And like I said, people right now, we're all struggling for money, especially people like my age, 22, coming out of university, or finally nailing down that first job. We want to sort of build these foundations early because we're seeing how the world's going, where we need disposable income to survive. Really, it's a question of survival, not just sort of being fine. We've got less money, and we're working more, so we can see our friends less, and it's also just the two combined is causing us more stress. There's obviously also the rise in online communication, where before back in the day, you would have to go out and see your friends because you couldn't text them. There was no devices. You would do it. You would go and knock around their house, or you would, I don't know, organise something in advance, potentially through letters. Obviously, we're not going to do that now. We're not going to do that now because you have to pay for stamps to post these letters, and it's also just like long. But the whole point is, right now, the best way for us to do that is like, say if you see one of your mates out and about in the week, you go, let's go out this day, this time. And it's like if you're organising a date, just say exactly what time you're doing it and exactly where you're going to go straight away. And then it's just like, what are we wasting time planning when we've done it, we've sorted it? And the rise in online communication, there's a lot of like wasted conversation and messages, rather than just sort of getting to the point of saying like, let's actually see one another right now and enjoy each other's company, rather than just texting away our lives, rather than just sort of sitting out in the woods on some logs and just sort of chatting about the world going around. Like I said the other day as well, it's also clear that there's a massive decline in people's social skills. Obviously COVID had an impact on that, like we said the other day, but also just the fact I think people were less open to sort of just give out information about their life, and they sort of just want to keep themselves to themselves. And a lot of time now, people are sort of there's a lower standard of life, where sort of like, say it, if one of us wanted to sort of get picked up to live somewhere, a lot of time, like I said, it goes back to the money, where it's like, you're gonna have to pay petrol to see your friends to take you somewhere now, because they can't go out their way as such. As much as it's a good thing, financially they can't. And it's sort of like we're losing the moral, where it's like, rather than it being a financial thing as it is now, before that it was, that's your mate, go and pick them up, talk with them in the car. But now it's like, I'll pick you up if you can pay me to do that. So sort of it's give and take, and there's no balance anymore. And obviously the way people just sort of are failing to sort of grasp the concept of conversation now, where it's just, a lot of conversations are boring now, and I would rather just talk to myself in my head than to some people, because I know that they're not thinking like me, like I said before. There's also the philosophy of having a social battery, and I'm still torn on this point, because sometimes, yeah, you could be, let's say you, an example, you've got a night out with your group of friends at university, and it gets to, you do the pre-drinks at like 10 o'clock, and then you leave at like midnight, 1, and then for some reason, sometimes you're in the club for an hour, you paid £8, you've been in the club for an hour, sometimes you just go, I'm done actually, my night's actually reached its end. And I think it just depends on the mood people are in, and first of all, how much you've had to drink, or how much you can bear them people. But I'm still trying to grasp on social battery, because I think if you're not enjoying yourself, first of all, it's, are you in an environment where you can enjoy yourself? Second of all, are you making the effort to enjoy yourself? Or when you go, oh, my social battery's actually run out right now, is it an excuse? And for me, rarely ever have I been in a group scenario and left first, because I'll be honest, I think when your social battery runs out, I don't really believe in it. I just think that you've reached your end to make the effort in that day, And all you've got to do really is just do something else. If you're bored of like, oh, we've been sitting in this pub for 4 hours, do something else. This is the best part about university. In my first year, it was like, oh, have we been sitting in the lounge for 3 hours watching the same series over and over again? Why don't we go co-op? Why don't we do our food shop? Why don't we go for a walk on the beach? There were so many things to sort of recharge our social battery over time, rather than just doing one thing and it ending straight away. So with the social battery, I don't really believe in it. On the other side though, can you be overcommitted to these group situations where like you don't want to go on this night out, you want to be on your own, you're in that point in the day where you're ready to sort of be in your own thoughts rather than surrounded by everyone and everyone else's sort of ideas of what they want to do for the rest of their day. Are you overcommitting to that? And that's understandable, because I think we all need that point in the day where we sort of look back and we sort of debrief our day ourselves. And like that compared to social battery, I think yes, you can be overcommitted. That is a valid excuse. I think we can have time on our own, but then I think with the social battery, I think it's more of an effort thing than as an excuse, rather than having an overcommitment to actually socialising. I think also we have, like I said a couple of minutes ago, there's an event mentality where the only time we're going to see each other over the next few months will be when there's a big event on. And sometimes we will then go, yeah, let's do this. And then a couple of weeks before we get to the big event, we cancel. We go, oh my God, I forgot, I've changed my plans. And it's like, if we can't even commit to the event mentality that we've given ourselves, how on earth are we going to commit to socialising for free? We just won't ever do it. We won't ever do it. So it's like, if people can't even come to the pub every 4 weeks on a Friday night, when on earth are we ever going to see each other outside of that point if they can't even get to the pub? And it's like I said, it's an effort thing. It's definitely massively an effort thing. And it's if people can be asked. And it's like, what can we do? Because we can't change other people. So we sort of just have to look at ourselves and go, am I making the effort? And that's really all we can do. The benefits of free socialising, they're clear. The more frequent you see someone, the less pressure it is to sort of, like, you can be yourself. You can be yourself. You can be relaxed. You can be authentic. And the more that you sort of see each other, the more you get to form that natural friendship with one another. There's just less pressure in life. Like, you sort of play off each other. There's more inside jokes. There's more laughter. There's less of a guard up in a conversation with your own friend, which there should never be. But the way the world works now, there is. The benefits of free socialising as well, it's more inclusive, where you don't need the money to freely socialise. You don't need money to go get out your house, put your shoes on and go on a walk. You don't. You just do it. You just go, boys, let's go to the park, 9 a.m, and just do 10,000 steps or 20,000 steps, or then hit the gym after, get a coffee. Everyone could do that, because the only thing of it is it's the effort of getting up. If you can't even get up to see your friends, then is there really any hope? And on my side, I think if you can't even get up to your friends, then there's a higher chance where they're just going to look at it and they go, you're not making the effort to be my friend.